Hi, Peace with Endo community. How are you today? Thanks for taking the time to watch the replay of this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I always check back on those when I'm done. If you are new to the page, my name is Aubrey Daimler. I am an author and wellness coach who helps women with endometriosis to naturally manage pain, increase energy, and find peace with endo. I wanted to chat a little bit today about a key part of your body when it comes to naturally healing your body, which is your digestion. Nearly 80% of your immune system is located in your digestive tract. So it's very important to strengthen up this system so that you can strengthen up your immune system so that your body has a better chance at healing itself. So I wanted to share with you 3 tips today on how you can strengthen up your digestion and start to feel better overall. In addition to improving your immune system, when you strengthen up your digestion, then a lot of the symptoms that can come along with endometriosis are relieved as well. If you're struggling with bloating or having the endo belly, right? If you can relate to that, drop me some hearts. This all comes back to the strength of your digestion. So when you strengthen up the system, you're going to feel better with those symptoms. And everything that's in your pelvic cavity is so close together, including your gut. So when your gut is inflamed, it's also influencing your reproductive organs and vice versa. Everything's so close together in there, right? So the first tip is that your digestion actually starts in your mouth, with your saliva, with chewing your food. So this is something that I always have to be mindful of because I am a busy person, right? Like most of us, and really putting focus on eating your food undistracted and actually chewing your food. So rather than taking just a few bites, actually putting it in your mouth and chewing it thoroughly. When you chew your food, you're sending a signal down to your stomach that food is coming. So the first thing is to slow down and actually chew your food. If you are watching me live today, go ahead and say hi. If you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments. I love to know who's here joining me. So that's the first thing. Make sure that you're slowing down and actually chewing your food. That has such a big impact on your digestive tract. When you don't fully chew your food, then stuff's going in undigested. So you get big chunks of food that go down into your gut, and then it can get stuck in there, right? So if you have these big chunks of food and then they get stuck in your gut, and that can cause a lot of problems. So that's the first thing, is to make sure that you're chewing your food. The second thing when it comes to strengthening up your digestion is eliminating any foods that may be problematic, that are harder for your body to digest. So the primary foods that fall into this category are going to be wheat or dairy, soy and corn, and eggs. So those are the most common food sensitivities, and they are a sensitivity because it's harder for your body to break down those foods. So if you can give your digestive system a break from eating all of those foods, then you lower down the inflammatory response and you start to feel better. A lot of ladies do feel better when they cut out these foods. I know I definitely do. So pay attention if you are still eating these foods and you have different symptoms that come up. So if you're feeling bloated, or if you're feeling tired, or if you're feeling, if you get a headache, So I talked a little bit last week about the lymphatic system, and your lymphatic system actually also lines your digestive tract. So if you've got inflammation going on in your intestines, it's also influencing your lymphatic system. So, and I mentioned last week that we have different drainage points of the lymphatic system, your armpits, down in your reproductive area, but they also found that there's another drainage point up in your, near your brain, up in your head. So if you are eating any of these foods and you get a headache afterwards, that's because they're influencing your lymphatic system. So pay attention to these foods, how you feel afterwards, and if you haven't already, it's very helpful to cut these foods out. Now, by cutting them out, you're giving your digestion a break, but it isn't getting to the underlying cause, which is actually strengthening up your system. So you could still have a weak digestion, cut out these foods, you may feel better for a little bit, but if your digestion is still sluggish, then you're not necessarily going to feel better for a longer period of time. So that's tip number 2, which leads me into tip number 3, which is to strengthen up your stomach acid. So your stomach is the next stop, right? After you eat something, after you chew your food, it's going down and getting digested by your stomach. So your stomach acid plays a huge role in this. It's what's going to break down your food and allow that food to actually be assimilated, so to pick up the vitamins and minerals that you're eating, and to allow that in and of itself helps your body to heal. So there are different ways that you can strengthen up your stomach acid. One of the best ways that I have found is, again, one thing that I recommend all the time, which is a fresh organic celery juice. If you do this in the morning on an empty stomach before you eat anything, after you have water in the morning, of course, the celery actually strengthens up your stomach acid. So I've been doing this for about 1.5 years in the mornings, and my digestion is so much stronger than it used to be. A lot of foods that used to bug me don't bug me anymore by juicing the celery in the morning. There are other ways also that can help you strengthen up your stomach acid. Ginger. Ginger is another one that can help. Also apple cider vinegar, taking like a tablespoon in some water and drinking it 10 to 15 minutes before you eat can help stimulate stomach acid. And also in general, just drinking water like 10 to 15 minutes before you eat something, because it's kind of like lubricating things and getting things going in your stomach. So you don't want to actually drink water while you're eating, because that dilutes your stomach acid. But if you can drink it beforehand, so a good 10 to 15 minutes before you eat, that can help. And there are different factors that can lessen your stomach acid, which are good to be aware of as well. If you're taking any type of pharmaceuticals, any type of over-the-counter pain medications like ibuprofen or Tylenol or Advil or anything like that, all of those things are going to decrease your stomach acid. Any type of toxins, pesticides, so be mindful of that. And the big one is stress. Stress actually lowers down your stomach acid. So it's important when you're eating your food to make sure that you're not feeling stressed, and try not to eat if you're rushed or you're in a hurry or you have any type of emotional state like that going on, because that puts your body more in alert and it's not focused as much on digesting your food. So pay attention to that. So those are my 3 tips that I have for you today. Just to review, the first one to help strengthen up your digestion is to make sure that you're chewing your food. Digestion starts in your mouth. It starts with your saliva mixing around with your food. So make sure you slow down and fully chew your food. That is something that I have to be mindful of all the time. The second tip is to avoid these problematic foods that can cause inflammation in your gut, that are harder for your body to digest. So things like wheat and dairy and soy and corn and eggs, all of these foods that really tend to be aggravators for endo as well. And the third thing is to strengthen up your stomach acid. So there are certain ways to do that. Again, the celery juice, ginger, apple cider vinegar, making sure you're not drinking water or any kind of drinks while you're eating, but doing that 10 to 15 minutes if you can drink water before you eat. So those are the 3 tips that I have for you today. Again, by focusing on your digestion, you're improving your immune system, and you're gonna feel better overall with endo. This really is the ticket to healing your body and feeling better. And I also wanted to mention, when it comes to the stress part of things, I did put together a new meditation that's available. It's a meditation for pain, so it just helps you use your breath to help calm things down. Hey Kelly, thanks for watching. Hey Cecilia, thanks for joining me. So if you want to download the new meditation, I'll drop a link to it in the comments. I also updated the banner on the main page. If you go over to Aubrey Daimler Peace with Endo, you can download it there. It's a quick 7-minute meditation to help use your breath to direct that, to calm down inflammation, to calm down pain, and just use this again to help strengthen up your gut, right? Stress is such a big part of this. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you do need further support from me, I am now offering Power Hour coaching sessions. You can meet with me for an hour to get advice, to get direction for you, and also to do some type of breathing and energy work to help reduce stress and calm things down in your body. So I'll drop a link to that as well. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. I hope it served you, and I'm sending you all so much love. Mwah. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.